Hey, what is up everybody? So today is the day. The repository is now open for business starting tonight at Halloween Horror Nights. So a lot of information has come out since obviously guests are going to be walking through it tonight. Universal themselves has a blog article up, and they also released a repository trailer that's going to show you kind of a glimpse of what it's really worth. Is it worth the $50? We're just gonna have to wait and see when the reviews kind of roll in. I think a lot of people are going to say it's worth the $50, or they're gonna say it's really good experience, but it might be worth something like $30 or $40. I mean, $50 is a lot. Considering what you get for the Scare Actor Dine-In experience, where you get, a digital photo, you get a meet and greet, a bunch of different photos, especially with Michael Myers and Chance as well. And not to mention that you get unlimited soda and all the food you can basically eat for $50. This is a 90-minute kind of experience where you kind of go through and you experience some things, and is that worth $50 at the end of the night? Also, you have to remember, if you're coming to Horror Nights and you want to do this, you might want to do this on an extra day, because it does take some time to kind of go through everything. Just like, it's 90 minutes kind of experience, but you also have to include time that you have to show up beforehand. I think it's like 30 minutes before your actual time. So you have to keep that in mind, also with what time slot you get. That is sort of enough for now. Let's check out the trailer and we'll come back.
This isn't something that we've never done. This is something that nobody has ever done. Halloween Horror Nights has always been about pushing the envelope. It is creating new experiences that nobody's seen anyplace else. What makes the repository so cool is this new experience that we're really designing for our guests. Immersive live theater matched with virtual reality, put together with puzzle-solving gameplay for a group environment. It draws you into a space you actually get to touch, handle, and do things together as a group. A result at the end that you have to work together as a team to survive what is the horrors of the repository. It is all about how do we create experiences that nobody's done before. We're excited about delivering this and giving this to our guests and watching them, have something that they can't get anyplace else.
So looking at the trailer, it definitely reminds me of some sort of stuff they've been doing for the last 2 years of Legendary Truth. And I will say, what I did back in 2014 at the event for Legendary Truth, that experience was unlike anything I've ever experienced before. I was very nervous. I think the most scared I've ever been, and the most fun I think I've ever had at Horror Nights as far as an experience, unlike going through a house. That, I really wish they kind of stuck more of that in there, and I kind of wish it was more linear, like open. From what I'm gathering with the blog post, and also with Orlando Sentinel also put out an article, they were exclusively given kind of a preview of the repository, and they have an article up. If you wish to read the article, I'm gonna have it down in the description bar, but it basically says that the repository is broken down into basically 3 acts. The first one's the live theater, which is going to contain a couple of different rooms with actual scare actors in it and actual stuff that's happening. You're going to be kind of scripted in a way to touch stuff and to explore these kind of rooms that they have. Then the virtual reality, I'll get more into that a little later, that comes into play. The finale is a group puzzle solving exercise, which you can kind of see in the video. You pretty much see all 3 of these represented in the video pretty well. After checking in, visitors go to the repository into a portal/library. It's a room filled with live actors and a bunch of different things that you can actually touch and look at, full of props and live actors, obviously. It says the key is very key, so to speak, lifting the curse that has plagued the repository for generations. Then it says about the VR. Here's where the freakiness level increases. And as you can see in the video, it's the blue room So it's not going to be what everyone thought they were going to put a VR headset and kind of let you walk around sort of thing. You're going to probably just go into this room with maybe your group or maybe just 2 people. They're going to put the headset on, you're going to have the experience, and that's how they're going to do that part. It says, there are a cemetery, floating faces or masks, ? Props and keys that you look like you could reach out and grab them. Obviously you have a trigger, that's going to be your hand. The scenes dramatically change to a 300-foot tower in a snowy mountainscape. Bats flap by. There's virtual danger down on the floor level. The scenes stretch for miles in a room that is about 20 by 20 feet. And that is the part in the description where they talk about if you do not like heights, obviously it's going to probably change and you're going to be on top of the tower and you're going to be able to look down and see probably nothing but maybe endless basically. So if you're really scared of heights and you've never experienced it with VR, that's where it becomes tricky for this whole $50 thing. I think if they just would have just kept it with some live acting rooms, maybe a mini haunt, and then the finale being the solving, I think it would have been well worth the $50. The VR to me, it just sounds kind of like a trick right now. It sounds like something that's nifty that all the parks are kind of doing. It's kind of hip. And it's a cheaper way of them kind of doing something where they don't have to actually physically build a room. That's where I'm kind of iffy about the $50 and the VR. Remain to be seen how the VR is going to be handled and if it's going to be really awesome. I don't know. It says the headsets are removed and you're hustled into another room, the Temple of the Dead, where the goal is to put clues together to remove the curse. The gang had the right combination in a game that has required some logic, a pinch of math, and maybe exposure to Price is Right type of games. And so that's the repository. Let me know what you guys think. Leave it down in the comments section. You know, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Are you excited for this? Do take notice that it is $50. You have to kind of do a reservation in advance. So you have to kind of call and pick your date of which you're going to go and what time you're going to go. And be aware that the VR is kind of in the middle of this experience. Me, I wear glasses, so it's kind of tricky. You know, I don't know how these headsets are going to feel. I've had previous experiences with headsets, some really good, like the PlayStation VR, some really, really bad, like last year. Yeah. So be aware about that. They're kind of big, they're bulky. It says they're kind of boxy and they're going to feel really tight on you. So do be aware about how that's going to make you feel, and there's no really back out. You know, you paid the $50. If the VR headset is uncomfortable, you're just going to have to sit there and basically eat it for that entire time that you're in that world of VR. But that is pretty much, I think, it. What do you guys think? Like I said, leave it down in the comments section. As always, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. And if you're new here, thank you and welcome. I have tons of Horror Night videos for you to check out. I was there for opening weekend, so I have my review up. And I was there for media night. I have some in the house stuff that I filmed for Halloween and for Chance's house. So check all of that stuff out on this channel. As always, thank you guys for watching. And until next time, peace. And are you doing the repository? If so, when?
My turn to play. You won't stand a chance.